हे गाइस, इस क्लिप्स के चैनल को मैंने आपके लिए बनाया है सो दैट आप बाइट साइज इंफॉर्मेशन को इंजेक्शन ले लो और स्ट्रांग बन जाओ डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में। तो ये छोटे छोटे इंजेक्शन लगाते रहो और स्ट्रांग बनते रहो अपनी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में। सब्सक्राइब करो और फॉलो करो।
What happened? What was your first job like, and how did you get into the business world?
Oh yeah, to switch into the business world. So we were going through, and it's interesting. My first job was at Safeway, it's a grocery store, and I was the bagger. So they used to have jobs back then where the guy would sit there and the lady would bag groceries. And I got that job when I want to say I just turned 16. I was in grade 10, one of the first people out of my classmates to work, and people thought it was crazy that I was I'd go to school and then go to work.
Right.
But it was that's what we would do.
Was it hard? Was it hard? Or you were enjoying it?
Yeah, at the time, it was a formative time in my life where you're 16 years old, you're interacting with adults and working, and looking back, I could just see so many shifts that I would have done differently had I now what I did back then. One quick story actually was interesting. There's a guy named Dan, and I remember one time they asked him to do some stuff, and it was like a ridiculous ask, and he's like, no, he's like, I'm quitting, I'm out of here, and I was like, what? Like, he said no, and it was his assertiveness, and he ended up quitting, and I thought I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Possible.
Oh my God. Like, he just said no. And he said to me, he goes, Lucas, I'm in school to be an architect. He's like, I don't need this shit. He's like, I'm done. And that stuck with me, was his ability to say, no, this isn't aligned with who I am, and get out. And that always, that was a very important lesson.
Nice. Are you in touch with Dan?
No, actually. We did connect about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he was working with a different group, and he just reached out, and a group of us went for dinner, and it was amazing to share that story with him. And he's like, oh, wow.
That's amazing. So sometimes when you do what you do, whatever is right for you, it's not only for yourself, it's inspiring others who are watching maybe silently.
Absolutely, Avi. That's a really great point you raise. People are always watching.
That's what I meet a few people at the gym every now and then, and they see us, they see people like you and I on the internet so often, and they're like, you guys are doing so much. And I turned around and told that guy, I said, you know what? I get inspired to come to the gym because every time I look at you, you're there every single day hustling, making a great physique for yourself, and feeling good, inspiring people. So he said, really, me? Why would I? So it doesn't, you don't have to be just out there. Whatever you're doing in your everyday life, somebody is getting inspired if you're doing it the correct way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great point.
Yeah. Growing up, I was inspired by people who were racing street cars, and that was a fun part of my life. But that story is for another time.
So guys, मजा आया कि नहीं? So इस क्लिप के चैनल को फॉलो कर लो, because I will be posting lots of small clips जो आप अपने टीम मेंबर्स के साथ और अपनी फैमिली के साथ शेयर कर सकते हो, so that सब लोग ग्रो करें इस इंडस्ट्री में. All the best.